Hey guys, let's take a quick look into the message and notification settings that we have within FloHub. So first of all, whenever you start setting up your plugin, you'll head on over to the settings tab. You'll scroll down and you'll find a section called default notifications. Here we have three fields representing the three different message types users will receive. So one of them is when a visitor submits an inquiry, the other one is when a user has been added to a price list, and when a user restores his or her password. So all of these three messages can be modified. What you can do is simply expand the default message box to have a better overview of what's going on, or you can simply copy a message and add it to a text field like I have here and make edits within, and then simply copy and paste it back into one of the following fields. Now the text that you can edit is pretty much anything outside of these and these brackets. Okay, so you can edit the greeting, which is by default hi. You can change it to hello or whatever else works for you. Next, you can change out this text here and the word price list. The same process would apply whenever somebody is trying to reset a password. You can edit all of the text aside from this over here. Okay, so anything inside the brackets, and the brackets including, do not edit them under any circumstances. Everything else you have full control over. Once you save the default notifications and you head on over to create your price list, you will see a notifications tab within the price list setup. So this notifications tab will inherit all of the default settings you initially added to the following section. However, if a certain price list requires a different approach, or you want to make the messages a little bit different, you always have the option to do the exact same thing, except this change will affect only the price list that you are working in at the moment. It will not affect all other price lists. Okay? Now once this is all taken care of, you send out your price list and you start receiving inquiries. So this is something one would receive. They would have your price list. They can choose whatever they wish from the following price list, and then they submit an inquiry. So they'll add in their name, email address, date, location, and a comments. And you will receive essentially two notifications. One notification will be within your actual email inbox, and the other notification will be within the messages tab. And once in the following tab, you have several filtering options. You can filter messages by new, read, replied, or by status, which is pending, approved, and declined. You can also do a manual search of a person who has submitted an inquiry. Once you received an inquiry, you also have their name listed at the top. You have their email address, the price list which they came from, which is also very important, as you may have different price lists. Someone may end up sending a message from a price list that is outdated, for example like 2016 or 2017, whatever it may be. You always have a reference of where and which price list they came from, their selected date, and location. You also have a few options here. You can set up the status to be pending, approved, or declined. This will help you find or filter messages manually within the top navigation. And you can also add events to one of the following calendars: iCalendar, Google Calendar, etc. At the bottom here, you'll have the actual message submitted in this field over here, and then you can also delete an inquiry if it's completely irrelevant. Now, in order for you to reply to an inquiry, you will need to do this manually via your inbox, or you can click on an email address and like in my case, MacMail will open up and I can reply to my sender that way. So this is it in terms of settings that we have for the notifications area and for messages within FloHub. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you around later.